Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Soundstage. As you can see, I'm in my upstairs attic studio where I've recorded such fantastic bangs as Grizzard Puke and Runkle. Yes, it's true, it really is. But they're not on the show this week, but there are 4 bands on this week, 2 videos and 2 live. Let's have a little menu to see what they look like and a little bit of what they sound like as well.
Jesus built my car.
So all that coming up later on the show, but first we have a video from mad hardcore technoists. They're mental! Lab 4, who are based, strangely enough, in Abingdon. They have, in fact, if I just check my watch, probably just flown off to Amsterdam to do the Dance Valley Festival. Then they're doing 3 different Eclipse festivals down in Cornwall, including the one organised by Bob and Aaron Dog of Megadog fame. So very, very busy boys indeed. And then they're off to Japan. But in the meantime, here's an exclusive video, one that hasn't been shown on broadcast anywhere yet at all. It will be on MTV on August 21st apparently, but we've got it first, and it's the video for their track Ding-a-Ling.
Soon I discovered this rock thing is true. Jesus built my car.
You know what God did for me? 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 You know what God did for me?
Jesus built my car.
So that was the video from Lab 4 there. Hardcore, you know the score. Strangely enough, filmed down at the Torture Garden in groovy London's Soho, where there's lots of lovely piercy people everywhere. That track is actually a remix of Ministry's Jesus Built My Hot Rod, which you might remember from about 1991 or something like that. I don't know, I don't really pretend to be that much of a rock historian. Coming up next on the show, though, is the illustrious Spot the Gaz, as part of our indie exports season. See if you can spot the Gaz, and if you can win a copy of the featured single.
I see shadows swarm around the bed and swooping down to kiss your head.
So that was Spot the Gaz, and if you can spot the Gaz and tell me where he is this week, if you ring 01865 311 113, call and give me the answer as to where he is hiding, then you will win a copy of that Arab Strap EP. And very nice that is too. It's free, only costs you the price of the phone call. Can't really say fairer than that now, can I? Coming up next, though, is a band that we haven't visited for a while. They came down to the Zodiac and recorded for us. It's a band called Suriki. Short, sweet and very loud there from Suriki. Now if you do see their posts up around town, make sure that you go and see them. That is the last track that we'll see from them on this show, certainly for a while anyway. And probably the last time that one of the last times that I'll be saying go to break. Welcome back to part 2 of Soundstage. I do hope you enjoyed that little advert break there and you managed to buy yourself some interesting consumer goods to make yourself happier and probably fulfill yourself as a person. Who knows? Now, coming up next are X-1, who you may remember were on the show last week. Yes, as long ago as that. But they are so good, and this song is so short. It's only 1 minute 50, something like that. But they are so very, very loud and so very, very good. And the singer has such very, very crazy hair that I decided to put them on again. X-1. And that was X-1 there with their song It's Your Own Fault. I do like them quite a bit. Coming up next though is a short interview with a guy called Russell Reiter, who's not only in a band called BoxOfficePoison, but also runs his own record label.
I'm Russell Reiter, a cult record producer who runs Future Legend Records. I discover lots of new bands before they make it big. I'm also in a band called BoxOfficePoison, who are making a new groundbreaking style of music called pop noir, and a highly thought of songwriter, to name but a few things. Well, I wouldn't say I've written songs for the new bands, but I've discovered a number of new bands up in Oxford. Seems the hotbed for talent, and they are the Bruce Lai Foundation, Monkey, who are no longer going, and the nearly all girl group Linus. The thing to do was, I had all these new acts wanting to be signed. Let's combine the two. New acts doing new versions of cult themes, although they might be a little bit unhappy in the first because they obviously want to promote their own material. It gets their foot in the door, gets them known. We're always rocking the boat. We never sort of do anything bland. Either you love us or you hate us, and we sort of always do something a bit different, and our videos are so different, and hopefully you'll be seeing one or two of those on the show and see what you think.
So that was Russell Reiter with his band BoxOfficePoison. And do take him up on his offer, do get in touch with him, because he does break a lot of new bands. I don't mean snap them, I mean he just does give them an opportunity to appear on albums, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. Now, a lot of fun have also come from the next band, Flipron. I've had such a big response to Flipron, and so many people have come up to me and asked me who they are and where they're playing and what they're doing and who they are, that I've taken the unprecedented step of recording a third track with them down at Zodiac, and this is it, Lion.
Lion never seemed to attack. Lion never lingers after calling. He just leaves the terms and deadlines of a pact. Lion loves to bite you without warning, but Lion's felt a moment with his knee, and he's crushed his paws in our daily wars. How they bleed. Starring in the circus with your jaws. You killed an 8 or 9 performing poodles, then you killed the clowns to win the crowd's applause. When you laid the red cadavers on my door, you were speaking very humbly of your need, and I crushed your paws in our daily wars. How they bleed. Oh, you crushed paws bleed, and you roar. Yeah. And you roar and roar and roar and roar and roar.
That was Flipron there with their third track, Lion. Now, strangely enough, they've had a lot of record company interest. It looks pretty likely that they're about to be signed. And the record company, an American record company, talking about sort of millions of pounds rather than just hundreds of pounds. And I'm very pleased to put them on for the third time, because it does actually replace Andy, who isn't on this week, you may have noticed. But what is on is the What's On guide, which will show you what's on, who's playing, and where it's on. In fact, it will sort out your whole live gigging weekend. The only thing it won't do for you, though, is get your housekeeper to bring you a bacon sandwich. So that was the What's On guide, and I expect you to go to at least one of those gigs over the weekend. And if you can't make it to one of those gigs, then at least you can do is watch the repeat of this show. At least in some way you'll feel like you're being part of the music scene in Oxfordshire. And indeed this is probably the penultimate show of this series, so do make sure that you tune in next week for the very, very last edition of Soundstage, which will be on at the same time, on the same channel. So until I see you then, see you later.